The fall season brings beauty and change to regions. But some change can pose destruction. That was just the case for the southeast region of North Carolina. As of October 2018, Hurricane Florence changed the appearance of communities and some students' views on natural disasters. One UNCP student tells us what changes he faced.
We were coming through the neighborhood to get our clothes out. The water was actually sitting on the top of the step right here. But whenever we were walking through the water, as for me, the water came about chest high. So we had to walk at least, say, a mile from back that way. So we had to walk at least a mile just to get to the house. And then the water was pitch black. You couldn't see nothing in it. It was dark. So like we took a chance really, and you had the chance of the water being contaminated with bacteria or anything like that, but it was our only way of getting our clothes out.
This is Williams and his roommate Rontonio Stanley's first time seeing their house after 3 weeks.
As you see, the floor, the water got so high up underneath the house that it picked the floor up. So all of this had to be replaced. I had my car inside of the garage. My car got flooded out. Water filled the car pretty much. Car got overtook by mold. See, now they're snatching up all the floor, trying to replace everything, get all this wood replacing out from the mold that's underneath it.
Williams says it's taking more than a couple $100,000 to fix his house from the damages of Florence.
The washer and the dryer door right here. Like my roommate said, his son's toys and stuff, all that got damaged. Those are the chairs that came out of the den. Luckily, those didn't collect much mold on it, outside of the wood bottoms on it, but that can be replaced. It was real tough, and to lose your home where you lay your head at night, I don't wish that on nobody. It's been a tough transition to, having to live with people, but that's no problem. But to lose the place that you call home, that's been tough. For anybody going through this, I would just say, just be prepared for what life throws at you, because life will always hit you when you least expect it. And this is one of them cases to where we knew it was going to get bad, but we didn't know it was going to be this bad. But just remain grateful for everything that happens, because as long as you still have your life at the end of the day, nothing else really matters. I mean, you can lose your car, you can lose your house, you can lose your bed, clothes and all that, but as long as you're able to walk out of that storm at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Williams says he will remain positive and focus only on his education. At the university, steps were taken to rebuild the campus community.
It was my job to make sure that everyone knew what was going on. We continued to communicate. So personally, we never stopped, right? We never stopped communicating and monitoring, and I think that was the effect. But certainly, as far as property goes, there are people, who were devastated.
Because of daily changes, Phelps says her updates had to be instant.
It was really important to us to make sure that our entire campus community knew when to expect updates. They knew what to expect. And I think in this day and age of social media and rapid information that comes out, we had to stay ahead of it. And recognize that this community, our students, our faculty and staff, they love this university. And their need for information is coming from a genuine place of caring. They want to know how each other are. They want to know how campus is. They want to know, and really quickly on we learned and we started hearing students asking, what can I do to help? Can I come and pick up campus? Can I come help clean the debris? What can I do? Can I tear sheetrock out, right? So that outpouring of support was somewhat unexpected, right? You expect people to want to help, but not to that level, and really gratifying.
Constant updates urged Phelps to receive information from students and faculty in regards to their needs.
So we have the Relief Fund, the Student Relief Fund, and to my knowledge there was about under 100, probably around 70, 75 student applications that came in, and another maybe 30 or so faculty and staff applications that came in. Those are two separate funds, so it's not the same pot of money. They've awarded many of those already to students. And what I loved about that process is, this committee that's reviewing these applications says, okay, this student needs a new roof. Let's help them. Let's get them this money that they've applied for to the new roof. But they may have also indicated somewhere in there in reviewing the application that they need some food assistance, or they've lost books in the process. So then we're connecting them with financial aid to give book vouchers to replace the books. And we're connecting them with the Care Resource Center. So it's really a holistic look at what do our students need to get them back on their feet. We've seen a lot of things, lost time at work. So some of our students who work, they couldn't go to work, they couldn't earn money. That's an impact to them being able to maybe put gas in their car to get to school, or purchase books, or looking at saving money for next semester. So if we can address those things, we can really remove the obstacles for our students to continue.
The campus community established a relief fund to make sure financial obstacles were not a concern for those affected by the storm.
Well over $30,000 that was donated a couple weeks ago. So we've had much generosity in the community and people stepping up to really want to help those students. And that's 100% of those donations go straight to the students or the faculty and staff from those funds. And then there's a committee that reviews the applications and disperses that. And we were able to get that up, I think actually, the day of the storm, or the day the storm finally went through. It was definitely still raining when the relief fund applications went up. But it was important for us to get that out there really early and make sure we've communicated to people, we're here to help you. Please don't let this stop you from continuing your education, and let us know what we can do to assist.
Some assisting went beyond the relief fund.
We were up in the office last week, and a student, he had started a GoFundMe on his own and he didn't know where to bring the money.
One student explains why he decided to take matters into his own hands.
I was at UNC Charlotte, and I just started seeing pictures and scrolling through my camera roll of Hurricane Matthews, which happened my freshman year. And I realized that although I wasn't actually being affected, the school and the people that are in this community were being affected. Trees down that are usually up, water levels really high, pools were green, some people's roofs were caved in. Even students that go here no longer have housing and are forced to stay in the hotels. Nothing was the same. Even if people tried to make it seem as if it was, nothing was the same. It's not hard to drive down the street and see that people are still being affected by what has happened almost a month ago.
The effects of the storm opened Wood's eyes to more than just a damaged appearance.
For the people that lost everything in Hurricane Matthews, they turned right back around and lost it again within a year and a half. People are more focused on where they need to sleep at night instead of education, then education levels go down. When education levels go down, now children are starting to be affected. So it's all just a trickle-down effect that's honestly really sad. It's really easy to turn a blind eye to things that are going on campus, especially when they don't affect you directly. And it kind of didn't sit well with me knowing that I'm safe and other people aren't, and they've lost everything. Meanwhile, I utilize the school's resources, I utilize this community. So I took it upon myself to do something, but I didn't know exactly what to do. And I know a lot of people use GoFundMe, so launched a GoFundMe page and got rolling.
Woods' GoFundMe instantly started trending.
In a matter of 19 hours, we had $275, and in less than 4 days, we had $645. So we reached above the limit. A large amount of not only students, but faculty have lost a lot because of this storm. So I told them to split it straight down the middle. I wanted half to go towards the students and half to go towards the faculty.
Woods' contribution was added to the $30,000 collected to help students and faculty recover from the storm. The campus is a minor part of the community. On a larger scale, churches and families are still making efforts to repair the area. Hurricane Florence has become a life-changing experience for many people. Fortunately for this community, people have mastered the art of bouncing back.